I just finished this high-end gaming Azrael model. I thought it would be fun to take you behind the scenes a little bit of this commission project. So recently I've gotten more and more back into the commission painting game. I've taken a lot more projects, and one of my regular customers is François Lalonde. He's an amazing 40k player, and in a couple of weeks as of today, or next week as of today, he is going to the World Team Championship. So he's going to Belgium, and he is going to be playing Dark Angels, and he wanted to, spruce up his army with a Azrael model. As he said, he's got the whole army painted, and he painted one himself, but he said, I'm going to the World Championship. This is the centerpiece of this army. I want it to be pretty. Can you do this? I'm like, yes, especially because my other project is one of his already that's kind of on the back burner. So I'm like, well, I'll do this one, but that means your other project get delayed. And yes, he's on board with this, so it's really perfect. And also, it gives me an excuse to paint an Azrael model, because I've never painted the new one, which is like super cool because it's got the same kind of pose, same vibe, but he's Primaris size, so now he looks as epic as you want him to be, whereas the previous one was like super small. And also, my mini I painted is gonna travel to Europe and take part in the World Team Championship. Like, how cool is that? I can't say no to that. So this project has really two maybe limitations, where one is very similar to the box. Like, a lot of people don't know this, and they think, these like competitive 40k player, they don't care about the lore. All they want is win games. But Francois is actually like a very big like fluff bunny. He loves these stories, and he paints a lot of these. Like, he has a bunch of different Space Marines army because he likes to play them as the appropriate, instead of having like a catch-all scheme. He paints multiple armies so that he always plays the right colored Space Marines. And his Dark Angels are no different. So he's like, no, this is a real deal. They're painted as Dark Angels. I want them to be box art style. So no, nothing crazy. Now the main thing for me about the box art is I don't like the bright red that they use on him. I think it's very classique, but it's a little bit too much. So instead I went with like a more purpley red, like red wine type of color. And I think this plays out really well with a grim miniature as the Dark Angels, and it contrasts really well with the dark and vibrant green and the power sword that's like bluish. So obviously the two main like limitations, first of all, this is a gaming piece after all, so it's not, the highest of end of like, kind of the Golden Demon or the painting competition level of miniature, because it is still a gaming piece. And the base is also a little bit, I'll call it lackluster for lack of a better word. And this is one of those compromises of Francois is a tournament player, and these things matter in like a competition setting. So you don't want to do like this crazy rock formation on it and then put the model like 2 inches taller than he should be. It does not come up like a lot in terms of gaming, especially for this one like specific piece. He's not like subject to too much of height problems, but it is still, at its core, it is a gaming piece for, these high-end and like super competitive player. Like, this is the World Team Championship after all, right? So the base is kept a little bit simpler, just to keep the same height, and so no funny business, because I see it as a disadvantage, whereas like your guy can always be seen, but some people might view it as you're doing this for advantage so you can see over like buildings or whatnot. So I want to make sure that there's no issue there for the use of this mini, even if it means sacrificing a little bit on what could be the final product. Anyway, I hope you like these little short showcase type of video. If you like them, I'll probably do more, because as I said, I've taken up a lot more projects for commissions, and I come across all kinds of crazy things.